Hi guys, welcome back to Just Carve Rob, and we're working on our little icicle companion to our splat snowball. We're using the s.c.m high-speed air tool with a fine carving burr detail here. We're tracing the eyes out. We're keeping that at about a 45-degree angle going up underneath the eyelid there. And we're taking the lessons from our friend over there at Sticks and Stones Woodcarving, Kevin, has been helping me out with these eyeballs here, giving me a little criticism and showing me how to, or telling me, texting me on how to make these eyes a little bit better. And I think he's doing a good job. What do you guys think? Yeah, go check out Kevin over there at Sticks and Stones Carving. And I see Jordy. Jordy's he's into the gnomes now. He's carving a lot of gnomes. He carved a cute little guy on his live feed the other day, a little gnome guy out of Huron Pine from Tasmania. I think James O'May has went and sent Jordy that Huron Pine. I guess it's not really a pine. You know those Aussies. They're way down there. I guess you grab a branch and you got to beat back the Tasmanian devils. Yep. So I've got a lot. You can see I got a lot to learn. I'm nowhere near the skill level that Kevin is, but he has helped me out tremendously with these eyeballs. Okay, we're changing over to a small football burr or flame burr, diamond flame burr. And we're going to go ahead and get in there and we're going to start shaping those eyes round. Get them rounded over a little bit inside those eyelids. Yeah, I'll tell you, Kevin's got the eyes and stuff mastered. But oh yeah, sure, Rob, get your hat in the way. Just, that's ridiculous. Got my hat right in the way. The camera's wanting to focus on my hat and not the carving. I guess stuff like that happens. You never see it until after you start doing the editing. Okay, now we've got a long, thin diamond burr in there that we're working the corners of the eyes back in with. And we're going to start shaping the eyelid on the top at that 45-degree angle, thinning that out a little bit, pushing it back up underneath the eyebrow. And now we're doing the bottom. Yep, you do the top, you got to do the bottom. Yeah, so Kevin's been helping me out with eyes. He has some really good tutorials on eyes. There's that hat again. Dun 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 dun. Doo-doo! Nope, it's not a shark. It's just a hat. And there's a young guy. I think his name is Calvin. Calvin? Pretty sure it's Calvin. Calvin and Hobbies. Young guy. I think Jordy said he was like 12 years old. Getting into the wood carving craft. He's probably, if he sticks with it, he's probably going to be a master wood carver. I can see it coming. Putting a little baggage under this guy's eyeball here. Little bags. Yep. And getting the nose pushed back in there a little bit. Trying to keep that nose that long, droopy, long water drop type deal going on there. Because he is an icicle, right? So he's got to be a little drippy. Little drippy, drippy, drippy. All right. Yep, Jordy's into them gnomes. Carving them little gnome guys. Before long, Jordy will be known as the gnome master. Yeah, I've got Glenn up there in Montreal. So how you guys doing with your splat snowballs? Haven't been seeing too many of them on the Facebook World of Wood Carvers. Okay, we got the micro carver here. And we are going to be putting in the micro carver a flame burr, or no, this is a round ball diamond to try round it and get them eyeballs rounded over. Nice thing about a ball diamond is it lets you go in any direction. So we're getting those eyes rounded over a little bit. And cutting the eyelid back, opening that eye up a little bit more as well. And we'll work it around. We'll work down on them bags a little bit under the eye. Yeah. And this is cottonwood bark that Jordy sent us. Okay. Now we're putting, remember we had a little review on them long drill bits and long carbide drill bits you get from Harbor Freight. And I'm just using the tip of that drill bit, kind of like you would a pencil. Nice light touch. And you can see it's putting a nice shadow in up underneath that eyeball. I had talked to Kevin a little bit more about these and how he uses them. So that's what I'm doing here is I'm following his lead. Just using the very tip of it because they're really sharp, guys, on the ends. I actually stuck one of them in my hand. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. I set my hand down. And I just touched one of those very, very small ones. And I picked my hand up, and I didn't even know that it had poked me, and it was stuck in my hand. I didn't even notice it. That's how tiny and sharp that thing is. So I had to pull it out. This is one of the, I'd say, mid-range size ones that I'm using here. And it's great for putting those shadows in, but, sorry, in no way, shape, or form is this to be mistaken with a carving burr. Okay, it is just, it's a little tiny, tiny drill bit, but if you watch Kevin's review on it, if you use it the way he's talking about, more like a pencil or the tip of a knife, it works good. But if you're going to try using it like a burr, forget about it. It ain't going to work. It just won't work. But just to use the end of it, like the best description I'd say is use the tip of it like a knife, the tip of a knife, or a pencil, or your paint. Imagine a really thin tip paintbrush, because that's how light of a touch you have to have with this. Otherwise, you'll just pop that baby right off in there. I already broke two or three of them. The advantage of the micro carver is I don't have that heavy flex shaft pulling back on my hand. I got a lot of free range with the micro carver, and that's why I chose it to use it in this. And I'm running the micro carver at about 15,000 RPM, maybe a little less. I don't have a fancy digital readout on mine. It's just a knob. So it's way less than half, and it's a 45,000 RPM hand piece. So that would put it at right around 10 or 12,000 RPMs. You know, you got to run your tools at what you think the burr will handle. And you can see how that's really bringing that eye out compared to what it was just a couple seconds ago. So, thanks for the tip, Kevin. And we've cleared up that it is not a burr. It is just a little tiny drill bit that's very, very sharp on the end and a solid carbide. So it's not going to dull out that quick on you guys. But you can see how it's really bringing that eye out. I mean, these eyes are nowhere near as good as the ones that Kevin makes. But I'm learning. I'll get there, hopefully. About 50 years. We'll get it figured out. But I can tell just from his tutoring the improvement. Now I got to get down the technique, right? Okay, we switched over to that little tiny 3/32 shank high-speed steel engraver bit to because, like I said, that drill is not for shaping, so we changed over to this engraver bit to do the shaping on this eye. And you're like, well, Rob, that eye is a lot smaller than the eye on the other side. Well, now hang on, folks. For me, eyes go against my rule of thumb. Always start out big and then work your way down. With eyes, because you're working on the inside, pushing it back, the eye will start out small, but as you push it back into the head, you can open your eyelids and make them the same size. Yeah. You'll see that eye will start to grow. And it will get pretty close to, I mean, it's not going to be exactly the same as the other eye, but it'll get pretty close to it. Because we'll keep driving that, we'll keep pushing that lower lid down. And we'll keep pushing as we round that eyeball over, it will push down inside the eyelid. So your eyelid will end up with a big gap between the eyelid and the eyeball. So then I bring the eyelid down to kind of match the eye, and the eye will get bigger. That's just the way I do it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's the way that I do it. It's the way that it works it's working out for me anyway. And this little engraving burr is kind of shaped like a flame. And man, does that work good for getting down in there and shaping that eyeball, getting it round. I really like that little high-speed burr. And I get those from Mountain Woodcarvers. At the time I bought them, which was about 4 or 5 months ago, they were $1.50 a piece. Now I don't know if they've gone up in price because I haven't purchased any more of them, but you can check that out at Mountain Woodcarvers. That's also where I buy my OCC knives at, my carving knives, and that's where I've been buying my ruby burrs at, is Mountain Woodcarvers. No, I'm not affiliated with them, but it's I'm just letting you guys know it's where I buy my burrs at, or ruby burrs, and those little engraving burrs. Okay, now we got a pointy diamond burr on there. All right, guys, so that's about it for this one. I think we're gonna call it good. Get that hat out of the way, Rob. But yep, we're using a pointy diamond burr that came in one of those 10 packs or whatever from Harbor Freight. So we're going to wrap this one up and call it a night. And we'll be back hopefully tomorrow, depends on what we got going on, to finish this up. Just want to say hi to Bap, I Can Carve, hi to Jordy at Jordy Carving Fusion, hi to Kevin over there at Sticks and Stones Carving, Mario Tata, Cleve's Backyard Woodworking. All right, guys, stay awesome, be awesome. Bye-bye.